What is going on today, guys? AU here, and today we're bringing you week 2 of the UGL. We are finally connected, and I kind of just want to jump into the game because we've been waiting a long time to connect to this game. But if you're new here, subscribe, and if you missed the team builder yesterday, definitely go check that out. I'm recording this video on the same day they recorded the team builder, so hopefully everything's going smooth as far as commentary and stuff. I did move recently, so we're kind of dealing with that. But he brought kind of what I expected him to bring. No Klefki, so I'm actually kind of glad to see no Klefki. I don't have to deal with T-Wave. I am going to have to deal with Will-O-Wisp on the Corsola. But he probably leads Zeraora as like a pivot lead. So he also could just lead Arcanines. I kind of just want to lead Flygon here. And we can get a U-turn if we want to predict a switch, or we can just go for damage. He did not bring Noivern, so we can kind of Earthquake freely, really. We can kind of really just Earthquake freely. And like I said, I did just recently get done with moving. Still actually not really done with moving, but recently just finally got the recording part set up, and hopefully everything's great. I like my team this week. I think we can come out with a W. Zeraora is obviously pretty annoying, but the combination of Zeraora, Arcanines, and Necrozma is what made this matchup so difficult for me. And as you can see, there's all three of those things here. So we'll have to see how we're able to deal with that. But we are going to see what he leads here. Hopefully game audio is being picked up too. I can't hear it in my headphones. He does lead Corsola. That's fine with me. Against Corsola, I think I just U-turn out into Rotom. Rotom can Toxic this thing. And a Will-O-Wisp does not matter. Will-O-Wisp does not matter if we go into Rotom here. He could also Stealth Rock. Rotom could Defog. Rotom's just a really safe play. So yeah, we'll see what he goes for here. Hopefully it doesn't take too long after he picks his move for us to connect. He is in Australia, so there might be, if it does take a while for the things to happen, there might be some cuts here and there that don't make sense, and that's just basically me cutting out all the extra time that the loading screen is happening and stuff. So if there are cuts, don't worry. It's just extra time that you didn't need to see. But he's probably debating on whether he goes for Will-O-Wisp here or whether he goes for Rocks. I do click U-turn. He stays in. I don't think this thing gets teleported or anything. Just get the Cursed Body, so that's good to know. He's Cursed Body. And then we'll go, like I said, we'll go right into Rotom here. Don't really want a Will-O-Wisp on everything else. We do have Heal Bell though. But it only has 8 PP, so we kind of need to make sure we're preserving that where we can. He goes for the Strength Sap. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to get a Toxic off on something. Need to make sure, actually. I don't think he had a Poison type. Literally Toxic on anything is great. So we'll get a Toxic here. I also don't think Curselet gets any kind of way to heal off. Any way to heal off like any kind of status. So I'm just going to click Toxic. He withdraws. What's he going into? Arachnid. That's ballsy. That's ballsy. But we get a Toxic off on this thing. I will say that is very ballsy. So our issue here is we don't know exactly what he's trying to do with this Arachnid. He could be Banded. Banded Arachnid hurts my team. If I U-turn out here, or if I Volt Switch, what do I go into? Probably the Urshifu. The Urshifu should be able to take a Bug type move or a Water type move. But then what's it do back? It doesn't really do anything back. I'm going to Volt Switch and We'll scout to see if we're faster than him. We are faster than him. So does he go for a bug type move because of Rotom, or does he go for sticky webs, or does he predict some kind of switch? I'm gonna go into Polo. If I get rid of this Arcanine, this is great. He goes for Toxic. Okay. Alright, I'm fine with that. We have Heal Bell. He's lefties. We probably saw that. I just missed it the first time. It gets the Toxic. I'm going to Heal Bell here. This is where I'm going to Heal Bell. And then I can Heal Bell and Protect. He could also switch out. I'm assuming he's Water Absorb. I'm really assuming he's Water Absorb. Which is why once this thing is gone, Urshifu just goes to work. Yeah, once this thing's gone, he has Tangela, which I hit with Poison Jab, 2 hit KO and a Crozma depending on the bolt. Also, 1 hit KO Zeraora on a switch in. He goes into Tangela, that's fine. Completely fine. We'll just click a Heal Bell here. Get rid of our Toxic. And kind of want to just go into Scizor. Like, he can Leech Seed here, but I just click Knockoff on the next turn. Tangela is very physically defensive, which might hurt us a little bit. But if we get a knockoff on this thing, then we should be good to go. If he wants to Toxic here, he can't Toxic us because we're Steel type. So he clicks knockoff, gets rid of our Expert Belt. That's not huge. That's not huge for us, honestly. Could also Swords Dance, but I think it's a little early. I'm gonna click knockoff. I think Swords Dance is a little early. If he's Weakness Policy and a Crozma and switches in here, could be an issue. Not even gonna lie, it could be an issue. Because the thing is, knockoff and U-turn both proc that, and it would be proc before the knockoff happens, so that could be an issue. But I do like the position we're in. He hasn't really done much to us. We did lose an item on Scizor, but it's probably the Pokemon that we could afford to lose an item on. So he does withdraw. What's he go into? Corsola. We get a knockoff on Corsola. This is great. This is great. We get the knockoff. I'm assuming that he's going to go for a Strength Sap, so I'm just going to U-turn again. That knockoff was really big on that Corsola. We have whittled down his Corsola now and his Arachnid, which is huge. We get the U-turn. He might go for Strength Sap, but that's fine. He gets the Curse Body again. He's got Curse Body both times, but that's fine. I think we just come in here with Rotom. And I think then we Volt Switch, predicting a Arachnid switch in on a Toxic. So he does go for the Strength Sap. Don't think this is going to bring him back to full, if I'm being completely honest. I'm 0 IVs, no attack, minus attack, Rotom. It does not bring him back to full. So, do I click Leaf Storm, or do I click Volt Switch? You know what? I think I click Leaf Storm. I'm gonna click Leaf Storm. Volt Switch doesn't necessarily hurt us, but if he switches in Zeraora on a Volt Switch turn, it kind of gives him a free sub or bulk up. Because even if I go for Leaf Storm the second time, then obviously I have to switch out. So we do go for Leaf Storm. We do miss Leaf Storm. They go for the Will-O-Wisp. Good thing we stayed in. Knowing that, I might just click Toxic here. I'm just gonna click Toxic here. We miss a Leaf Storm. Kinda sucks. It doesn't look like he has rocks on this thing. He's got strengths at Will-O-Wisp, so he's really trying to hurt our Urshifu with this Corsola, which makes sense because that's like his best way to deal with it outside of Arachnid. Would like to keep Rotom around. We have Aromatisse for Crocodile, I guess, but Rotom is also another really good way to deal with Croak. He withdraws. What's he going into? Tangela. We get a Toxic off on Tangela. That's great. We hit the Toxic. We're in a really good spot. We're doing exactly what we need to do. I'm going to Volt Switch here, though. He did negate our leftovers. Our leftovers aren't really doing anything for us right now because of that burn. He's faster than us. That's great. That's good. That's actually good. Because if he wants to move, he has to hit Rotom here. He could get a knockoff. Wait, he's not faster than us. Maybe poison just goes before burn. I'm not sure how that interaction works. I thought since his poison went first that he was faster, but it doesn't look like that. I'm just gonna go back into Scizor here. I don't think this thing gets anything to deal with Scizor. Goes for the Leech Seed. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Here, I think we're okay. I'm gonna U-turn here. If he switches, then he switches and I go into something. If he doesn't switch, I go into Aromatisse. And then I Wish. And depending on if he stays in or not, I go back into Scizor and get a Wish. So that's a win-win scenario. We're just chipping his team down. We're chipping his team down, getting ready for Urshifu and Flygon to come in and do the damage that they need to do. Piloswine hasn't even touched the field either. So he does switch out. He goes into Arachnid. That's fine. We go for U-turn here. And that does a lot. So Flygon is free to come in here and click Earthquake. I see no reason for Flygon to not come in here and click Earthquake. The big boy Piggy. Piggy's coming in here. He's lefties, he's going to get toxic damage. Earthquake is definitely going to take this thing out. And he doesn't get webs up. He hasn't got webs up. So do I just actually... I just Dragon Claw. Earthquake kills. Earthquake's gotta kill. Yeah, I'm sure Earthquake kills. Go for the Earthquake. And it does kill. Okay, so Flygon picks up a KO on Arachnid. Arachnid being out of the way means Urshifu is free to come in basically whenever it wants to. Comes in on Crook, comes in on, even can kind of come in on Necrozma. It comes in on a U-turn on anything that we're faster than. I'm assuming he'll go Tangela. He goes Crocodile. Does Crocodile get Ice Fang? He's Intimidate Crook. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm going to... Gonna switch out into Rotom here. I know he could have Ice Fang, but he also definitely has CC. So... Is Polo better? Maybe I go to Polo. He could be going for rocks here. Maybe Rotom was better, because if he is going for rocks, I could have just defogged. Outrage. Wow. Wow, okay. Alright, okay. I think I just Heal Bell here to get that burn off of Rotom. We'll see if he's Choice Locked, because if he is, then obviously he's got to switch. But what does he switch into? Do I just click Moonblast? I think I just click Moonblast for some chip. That burn on Rotom's not the end of the world, so we'll probably get a more value Heal Bell later on down the road. So I don't want to waste that PP. We'll get a Moonblast. You can see how much that does to Tangela. Tangela, especially defensive, is not great. Looks like I can just click Moonblast again. It definitely looks like I can just click Moonblast again. He's faster. Okay. He goes for Leech Seed. And does this kill? It does kill. So what is he going to here now? Probably Zeraora. I'm really going to assume he's going to go into Zeraora. If he does, I'm going Piloswine. If he goes into Necrozma, I think I go Piloswine. I don't really know what he goes into here. Even if he goes Zeraora, I can click Moonblast. I think Necrozma is the scariest thing he goes into here. And I'm solely going Piloswine just in case he wants to set up. Like, it's the only reason. That's the only reason. Just in case he wants to set up. So he goes into Corsola. Okay. Corsola has no item here. I think I just Moonblast. Really, I think I just Moonblast. We'll see what he does with his Corsola. Aromatisse is really putting in some work right now. Goes for Calm Mind Corsola. Okay. Okay. He's Calm Mind Strength Sap, but the problem with that is I think our... Oh, I'm still Leech Seeded. Crap. Didn't even think about that. Alright, this could end up giving us some issues. But I think I go on the Rotom here, and I've got to get a Toxic off. Goes for the Strength Sap. Makes sense. But Toxic again on anything on his side of the field is great. Toxic really hurt his team. I wonder what his last move is. I wonder if it's Nightshade. Nightshade could put in some work. Nightshade looks like it's going to 3-hit KO me with this burn. But once I get this Toxic off, Aromatisse comes in and wishes and stuff. So, knowing that it's Calm Mind, Will-O-Wisp, and Strength Sap, we just got to figure out what that fourth move is. Get the Toxic off. That's great. Calm Minds again. Completely fine. I'm just going to Volt Switch here. I'm going to Volt Switch back into Aromatisse. I don't. We'll see kind of how much this Volt Switch does. He doesn't have an Eviolite, so I assume it's gonna do still a good amount of damage. I would say probably about 20%. Does about 12. He's looks like he's pretty especially defensive. But we go back into Aromatisse here. Got big boy Polo out here. And he goes for Shadow Ball. Okay. Okay. We'll see how much that does. Not a lot. We'll just wish. We just wish here. So we'll get our first wish off of the game. Corsola kind of has to switch at some point if he wants to keep it around. It's not too late to switch it. He doesn't switch. Like, if he waits a couple more turns, it kind of becomes useless. Like, it's a sack, but... it looks like if he crits me here, then I might go down to Shadow Ball. So I'm actually gonna click Protect. You know, I don't think I go down to a crit. I'm gonna click Moonblast. Because if he switches here on a Protect turn, that's kind of bad for me. Especially if it's into Zeraora or Necrozma. Especially if it's into Necrozma. Dude, if you can't tell, I'm scared of this Necrozma. I need chip on Necrozma, which is the biggest thing. Like, he might even go for Strength Sap here to get some damage or some health back, but I'm really just gonna Moonblast. Okay, so we did the right play. We called it. He goes into Zeraora. We get the chip. This is great. We click Moonblast. We're playing very well right now. I'm very happy with the way that I'm playing this game. Very happy with the way I'm playing this game. I think I go into Piloswine here. Piloswine hasn't touched the field. And if he kills Piloswine, then I just go into Flygon and click Earthquake. Click Earthquake a couple times, and then Urshifu comes in and wins the rest of the game. Get my boy KJ out here finally. He goes for Bulk Up. Okay, we kind of thought he was going to be the Bulk Up set. The thing is, we live a Blaze Kick, we live a Close Combat. I'm going to go for Earthquake. Unless he crits us. If he crits us, it's bad, but also we know he's not Scarf. So that means Flygon comes in and clicks Earthquake. With the chip that we got with Moonblast, Earthquake kills, which is why I wanted to Moonblast there, because I knew if he is Bulk Up, I can't just give him a free Bulk Up. He has to have some kind of chip on him. I'm also not entirely... I don't think Crocodile's faster than Flygon, but... So, like, we're Scarfed, but I'm assuming he's Scarfed, which is why he went for the Outrage on that turn, thinking maybe we weren't Scarfed. But we'll have to see. Aqua Jet is obviously just gonna wreck Croak. He goes for the Close Combat. As long as he doesn't crit, we do live it. We're out here. Go for the Earthquake. He gets his defense drop again, so Earthquake's definitely killing. Alright, Zeraora's gone now. That means Urshifu kinda wins. We have Necrozma at full, Croak at full, sends out Alien, which I assume is Necrozma. It is Necrozma. I'm just gonna go for Earthquake here. Sorry if you can hear my dog, but I'm just gonna go for Earthquake here. And actually, I'm gonna go for Roar, because if he sets up, I can roar him out. And the thing is, I think he might be able to Oko me here. Like, I think he might be able to kill me here. And he does. Okay. He crits us. I don't think that mattered. I really don't think that mattered. So we can scout to see if he has flamethrower, or I can just come in with Flygon here and just actually I can come in Flygon here and just click Earthquake. My dog's going crazy right now. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. He's going crazy. I think he's probably tired. I don't know what's happening. But I'm just gonna click Earthquake here. Looks like he is not. He might be a Dragon Dance set. It looks like he's not Cosmic Power or even Stored Power. So he switches out. We're just gonna get Earthquake off. Nothing's stopping me from getting Earthquake off. He gets the Intimidate off, which is kind of big. But then we just go back into Aromatisse. Even that Earthquake does a ton. I think I'm gonna go Rotom here. I feel like Rotom is more expendable than Aromatisse. He goes for knockoff. Okay. That knockoff did a lot. Not even gonna lie. But I just clicked Leaf Storm. Kind of wish I would have went to Aromatisse there. I thought maybe he would Earthquake even though I was in on Flygon. Like, I don't know. Just thought it was a possibility, to be honest. But we're in a great spot. I can afford to mess around with my tools right here. And like I said, Rotom I think is more expendable than Aromatisse. He's gonna click knockoff again. I think that kills. It does. Okay. So we go in Urshifu here. We 100% go into Urshifu here, and we're gonna click Aqua Jet. Urshifu finally gets to see the field, and I'm gonna go for Aqua Jet. I think that's gonna kill. I'd be surprised if it didn't. I do also think that he's Scarfed, so he might just stay in and sack. And okay, he switches. That's fine. Goes into Corsola. Okay. We get the Aqua Jet off. And I think I just go for liquidation here. I shouldn't risk a String Tap, so I'll just go for liquidation. And the thing is, if he goes Necrozma next, I know that I'm not gonna Oko him, but no, he did exactly what I didn't want to happen. I probably should have just Aqua Jetted again. Oh, that's rough. Because now I can't liquidation a 2-hit KO Necrozma. So actually, if he does go into Necrozma here, I do have to switch out. Which isn't great. He sends in Crook, okay. This is more manageable for me. Because I can afford to go into Scizor here, I think. He could have Fire Fang, that's going to be fine. He could have Fire Fang, but the thing is, he goes for Earthquake. If he has Fire Fang, he's banded. He's banded. That knockoff damage and that Earthquake damage right there, he's banded. So I think I just come in with Urshifu and click liquidation. Oh, he ran out of time. Wow, he ran out of his 10-minute time. That sucks. So Urshifu kind of just beat the rest of that team, really. It come in liquidation with Crook. If he messed up and he switched in Necrozma, then I 2-hit KO Necrozma. If he didn't switch in Necrozma, then We liquidation Crook, Necrozma comes in, we liquidation again, Necrozma kills Urshifu, Flygon comes in and kills Necrozma. So I am happy with the way I played that game. I'm not going to even lie. I'm really happy with the way I played that game. That would have been a 3. I think that counts as a... Was that a 4-0 for me? No, I lost Scizor. So that's a 3-0 for me. We're back at neutral. We lost 0-3 last week. We come back and win 3-0 this week. Probably, honestly, I probably could have won around 4-0 or 5-0. But they were just... I didn't feel like risking any plays. I just played to my win con at the end. Kind of making safer plays, not really risking the things that I knew I was going to need to win the game. But GG's to Ralphie. Kind of sucks he ran out of his your time, but it is what it is. And yeah, so with that, guys, if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.